Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View and welcome to the preview for Manchester United's trip to this place.
The Emirati.
The Emirates, as Josh calls it. The Emirates Stadium, as Man United taking on Arsenal Wednesday night. Here with Robbie. You lot know how I feel about this game. This game is always somehow, some way, always around my birthday. I don't know how. The Premier League just keep doing it. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. At the day of filming. Oh, this is coming out today anyway, actually. It is my birthday today. Shout out to all the birthday love. Yes.
Happy birthday.
Yes, big up. And we got a nice little early birthday present yesterday, 3 points. And obviously the Arsenal, that's nice for you because they don't anticipate us getting those points here. Look, listen, we know this is a big game for us.
One extra day rest for us. Just I didn't even realise that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm even more pressure on you. Yeah, I mean, look, is it fair to say all the pressure is on you to win this game? Man United are massive underdogs in this game. New manager, only going to be the 4th game we've played under him, only the 3rd Premier League game we've played under him. But we're in decent form. We're looking to build, and there's some positives there for us. But how are you seeing this game?
Yeah, listen, you're right. Now, all the whether we like it or not, all the pressure is on us. We kind of put ourselves in a position where there's hardly any room for any error. We saw what Liverpool did to Man City on the weekend. That they're 9 points clear of us. So if we're going to reel that sort of big distance back in, even though I still feel it's still quite early in the season, but if we're going to reel that in, we have to start showing that with victories. You know what I mean? And performances are great, but victories are more important right now for Arsenal. So it's a must-win game. Like every game at the moment is kind of seeming like a must-win. Even if Liverpool were to slip up against Newcastle, it means nothing if we don't win, because they do have the margin for error. So it's a massive game for us, and it's always massive anyway. You're playing Manchester United, and we're up against Ruben Amorim. You know what I mean? And to me, it's almost like we owe him one a bit, because he did come here that time in the Europa League and get one over us. You know what I mean? He didn't actually win in the 90 minutes, but he got a draw. He engineered a draw.
Ramsdale got lobbed from halfway line.
Yeah, he did. You know what I mean? So this is a game that, we all know about new manager bounces and how a new manager brings confidence to the team. We know he's a very, very good manager. And we know that this is going to be a big test. We've seen, that United's, a bit more confident in their last couple of games. But then so are we. I think that's the thing about this game. I think if this game
why can't we when Odegaard was out, man?
Yeah, if it took place before the international break and stuff like that, I'd be full of a lot more worry. But the way we're playing at the moment, we're playing very well. You know what I mean? Last home game here, which was when we played here against Nottingham Forest, was our first home game for a long time, because we have had a really difficult run, and people have not really recognised that enough. But we came here, we was up against Forest, who were unbeaten away from home in the Premier League, and honestly, we dispatched of them easily. 3-0, could have been more, should have been more probably, and that was a really good win. Then we went away to Sporting. I thought that was a very impressive victory over a team again. Going into that game, they hadn't lost at home for 18 months. They hadn't
just mashed up City in the round before.
They beat City 4-1. I'm not even sure if that's a hard thing at the moment, the way they're playing. But they beaten City, you know what I mean? And they were second in the Champions League group, and we beat them 5-1. And I know Amorim wasn't there, but still very, very impressive. And then on the weekend, I'm looking at that game and I'm thinking, I'm confident against West Ham, but London derby, West Ham, they're always capable of an upset. They've gone away to Newcastle and got a very impressive 2-0 win. We literally brushed them aside. I mean, I know they got the 2 goals. One was an absolute worldie of a free kick, but we completely dominated the game and could have really scored more in that. And we're looking on really good form at the moment. And the key to that has been Martin Odegaard coming back in. He's changed everything about the team. He's changed us in attack. He's changed us the way we press. He's leading from the front. He's completely changed the dynamic of the team, and the feel-good factor is back. It was because before that international break,
so there was a lot of doom and gloom. Man, we didn't buy this in the thing.
I thought
whole fan base crying.
I thought a lot of it was way over the top.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? I thought a lot of it was so far over the top. You know what I mean? But that now is behind us. But it could quickly come back.
It can.
You know what I mean? If you come and lose to United, but I do still believe that we are in a title race. But only just.
Yeah, you're hanging on by a thread, and
so we have to win this game.
You do have to win this game. All the pressure is on you. It's almost. I know I'm not trying to dumb this down a little bit to get away from the pressure, but honestly, it's a bit of a free hit for Man United because
I think it is.
It's our fourth game under this manager. It's our third game in the Premier League under this head coach, and we're playing the second best team in the league.
It's a completely free hit for you guys. If you was coming here under Ten Hag, it wouldn't have been a free hit.
Exactly.
It'd be like, oh, you don't win this, you're out.
There you go.
Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, the
owners, the this, the that. But the new guys come in, he's going to be given a chance by the fans. You know what I mean? I think a lot of fans are learning as well that when a new manager comes in, you must give him time.
Yeah.
Right? So he's going to be given. So if he comes here, it's a free hit.
It's a free hit.
It's a free hit.
We're expected to lose here.
If you win, it's
No,
amazing.
if we win,
if you
it's
draw,
great.
It's amazing. If you lose, as long as you don't get absolutely smoked.
And that's the thing.
You know what I mean?
And that's the thing for me.
Your fans will give him a chance.
I want to see us with carry on. Obviously, the idea and the identity that we're seeing from Ruben Amorim with how he sets us up. He's not going to change that. So I've been impressed with that. We haven't. There are moments in games where we've struggled to keep possession. It's a bit like basketball. Yeah. And if you do that against better sides, we saw it against Ipswich. We started really well, then we dwindled just with a little bit of confusion. We grew a little bit in confidence against Bodo Glimt, started the game really well, then got done really quickly, 2 goals down, but then we managed to sort ourselves out, compose ourselves, and going on to win the game. And then the game yesterday against Everton was our first clean sheet. So it's been a little bit mixed, but there has been a lot of positives. You know, Ahmad, I'm really looking at him today.
Yes.
In the game on Wednesday night, right wing back. He's up and down. He's skillful. He makes the right decisions. He's selfless individual. He's always looking to what's best for the team. Don't just see the bright lights and the headlights and want it all for himself. So he's been fantastic. I think we look defensively. We look a lot more solid.
Yeah.
You know, because there's more players back there. You know, weakness. Dalot at left wing back. He hasn't really got to grips with it, and that's the Saka side. You know what I mean? Martinez will be out, but I've got no problem with Luke Shaw coming in. You guys know my thoughts about Luke Shaw at left centre back. I've got no problem. There's certain bits he does, There's certain bits that he does better than Lisandro Martinez in that area from the defensive point of view. Mazraoui has been
impressed.
pound for pound the signing of the season. 12 million quid for 12. For 12 million, for 12 million pounds, it's not Calafiori. Yes,
right,
for 12 pound for pound, I'm saying.
Okay.
Only 12 million. He's been absolutely outstanding. Obviously, don't get me wrong. There's been a lot of good signings, but for us, he's been unbelievable.
Yeah, to be fair, for 12 million, I've been very impressed by him.
He's been really, really good. He'll play right centre back.
Positions.
He's playing right centre back for us at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Because Amma plays right wing back. So that side is our strong side.
Is he good in the air?
Decent, yeah. Okay. He's decent in the air.
You know, the set piece thing and all that.
That's not just Mazraoui. That's got to be all of them because this set piece thing is a cheat code. I'm sick of it.
So you've got that. You know, I mean, I think, you know, open play defending, great, but that comes into as a big factor when you're playing against Arsenal.
But I don't think we have a one solution that's like, we can't just start playing all the tall players because it's like 1 minute set pieces. It's like, it don't matter what big player, the system of your set pieces. He's
because
fit.
there would be an argument for a Maguire because, you know what I mean, honestly, that Arsenal are so good at those set pieces. And they got them back in tune again, and you've got Declan Rice delivering from one side, Saka from the other.
You know the problem with that, Robbie, is De Ligt plays as the central centre-back.
Yeah.
I don't think there's space for Maguire and De Ligt in there just because you lot are big, because Maguire at right centre-back will get exposed.
Yeah, but I think that's something that your manager would need to think about.
Yeah, definitely.
That is a super strength of Arsenal.
That's why I think Casemiro might play in there, though, because he's really good in the air.
Yeah, that's a super strength of Arsenal at the moment, is set pieces. I'll envisage us getting quite a few corners in a game like this because we'll be pressing, and, you know, a lot of the stuff comes from out wide. So when you're defending that, you concede a lot of corners, and Arsenal have been exploiting those corners really well in the last few games. And I just think that at the moment we're back on song. You know what I mean? We a lot of the things that we were doing last year, we're doing. We're playing the players in the right position. I didn't like when Odegaard was out, we were dropping Havertz into there. You know what I mean? We know it doesn't really work with him in there. We lose our attacking threat. But Havertz was playing as a centre forward now, as the focal point with the 2 wide players. You know what I mean? That system's been working really well. And what I'll be looking from Arsenal is, can we exploit the fact that you are learning this new system, 3 at the back? I saw it with Sporting, the way they played, where which I'm sure it's like Amarin, set up.
Yeah.
Where the wing backs are really wide on the touchline, and you're then relying on your three centre backs to not give away the ball, to not hit, and then
that
a lot
bit
of
there, Robbie. Just so I can pause you there.
Yeah.
That bit there, that's the bit where we struggle, where people like either we pass the ball too slow across the back, and because we're trying to get used to the system, you will just smell blood and come for us. And then when we do get into midfield, sometimes someone makes a silly pass and then we're backpedaling. If we do that against you on continuous amount of times, we're going to get in trouble.
And the other thing about that three at the back system is that on many occasions then, because you've got your wide players high up the pitch, right, your three centre backs get caught out one-on-one.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Bodo Glimt or to Everton, right? The sort of wide players that you're going to be coming up against in Saka, Martinelli's, one-on-one situations is what they love.
Yeah.
And now they've got the added thing that they clip it back into Odegaard. You can create more space. It's going to be interesting.
He's a nightmare.
I think
he's an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I think that's where Arsenal will be looking to try and see the possibility to exploit that, especially as it's a system that's new to your players. So, I'll be hoping that we can find openings there.
I also think on the counter-attack is something that we can exploit as well, especially if we've got to suffer for a lot of the game, especially if we have to be compact at times and sort of not humble ourselves, but respect the opposition in terms of, right, we're away here, the crowd's up, they're coming and coming and coming. We got to sit in this back five. Don't be afraid to go into a back five when we have to.
Yep.
But when we do get the ball, we got to be crisp and clinical, and we got to commit numbers forward.
And you got a lot of pace
and
up there.
And we got a lot of pace.
You got a lot of pace up there. Like you said, your Ahmad and players like
and
that.
Listen, Rashford's got a new girlfriend, mate. Yeah.
And he's scoring, and he always scores against us anyway.
When Rashford gets a new girlfriend, this is the thing that comes out. And actually, against you, last couple of seasons, I know it's been a shit result, but he finds a way here. There's something about the Emirates.
He scored a great goal there last year.
Exactly.
Well,
and the year before.
Hopefully he has an argument with his girlfriend the night before. He falls out with her big time and he stinks the place out.
And Rasmus Højlund is he's good in midweek. Again, you're asking for him to do a bit more. So we've got
I always say this about Manchester United, right? I'm not saying that you still, the league position doesn't lie, right? But the one thing I always say about United, they have quality players. And on any given day, if you play against a team that has quality, like a Bruno Fernandes, like, Rashford, like Ahmad, like, Casemiro, if you're not on it, they will hurt you. You know what I mean? Because you can have a team like that not playing well, but you can have a moment. And a moment in the Premier League is enough to hurt you. Because a team can have a moment and then just sit back in. I've seen it this season, like Newcastle. They had a moment, then they just defended for their lives for the rest of the game and did it brilliantly and deserved to beat us. Brighton, absolutely wiping the floor with them here. We get down to 10 men, then it's a different game. So the Premier League is the margins. And every single team you play in this league has players of quality. And that's why this league is so good. And United, as we know, have got a lot of players of quality. So we have to be on it. We know what we're coming up against. We know this is going to be a tough game. But I'm confident that Arsenal will get the win. Because we have to win this game.
Yeah, you do. All the pressure is on you. I just want to see us compete. I have toyed with the idea of, do I want us to be a team completely in Ruben Amorim's style and go and press you man for man, play how he wants to play and how he wants to see us play in the future?
Man for man will be brave.
Because that's how he plays.
Yeah.
But then there's another side of me that's like, well, hold on a minute, we're not quite there yet. Let's pick the moments to do that. I just don't want to see us be sitting ducks. Back five, it's flat across there, there's no press, and we're just allowing you the luxury of the carpet here at the Emirates and all this stuff, and it's wave after wave after wave. I don't want to see that. I understand there's going to be periods of the game that might entail that. I'm not stupid, I'm not naive. I understand that we're going to have backs against the wall sometimes. We're going to have to hack it out for a throw or hack it out just to survive. But when the moment comes when we win the ball back, and then when there's moments in the game where maybe you might not be where you need to be yet, I want to see us. I want to see an imprint of what he wants to do, and I'm really comfortable with the fact that Ruben Amorim, he will do that. He will pick the right times for us to play. He will encourage the players. He says we're going into every game to win. We ain't come here to just we just got a new manager. No, we have to try and win the game.
You should never be going.
We have to show intent. We've got threats of our own. I just want to see us compete. You're a much better team than us right now. So if we lose because you were better on the night and you were just too good, I can accept that. What I don't want to see is players not trying, players not running hard enough. But I can accept like discrepancies in the system. You know, a bit of confusion and oh my God, Saka, Jesus, he's just too good. That's different. But I just don't want to see us be sitting ducks. Let's lock in the predictions. What are you going with?
I'm going to go for 3-1. That's what we won with that last year. I just think that, listen, all the things you said is true. You got a lot of quality, but I'm working off of the principle of I feel we're a better team than you. And if we turn up, which I fully expect us to do, I expect us to win. Okay. So I'm going to go for 3-1 to Arsenal.
I can see why he's going with that. You guys know me. I'm dreading this fixture. I dread it every single year. But you know what? Draw. 2-2. 2-2. High scoring draw. Desmond 2-2. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I'm very, very worried, as you can tell.
Anyway,
I'm very
happy
worried.
birthday.
Yeah, man. Big up. Give me some 3 points, man. Go to prison.
No.